What's up, human beings? My name is Damon, and welcome to another vlog for the In My Opinion talk show. And now that we've scratched the surface on genderism, we could maybe move forward in the same line of thought and discuss something that, well, two issues that can affect our intimate relationships and thus our household. And these two things are the emasculation of men by a woman and um, the objectifying of women by their men. Now, let's start with thing number one. And we could check the history of medieval Europe, and we could see that they used to use as a form of punishment cutting off the testicles of a man, and that they called castration. They stepped it up a notch after that, and they started cutting off the testicles and the penis, and that they called emasculation. Fast forward to today, we use it figuratively to mean belittling or taking away the manhood. And when I say man, we could see that based on our discussions that a man and a male are two different things, right? So a man is basically goes along the definition of the genderism that we have in today's society. And there's certain ways that a male, needs to be treated to consider himself a man. And two ways a woman could treat a male that could take that away, and that's what we're calling the emasculation, is way number one, by not respecting anything the man has to say in terms of his input, in terms of important things, let's say in the household, right? You need to include the man in your decision making and stuff like that, and that will give him a role, right? And part two of how a woman can emasculate a man is by micromanaging everything the man does. So that will make a person, a male, feel like like, okay, so I can't make decisions for myself, and etc. etc. Even decisions that has to do with both of us. Sometimes you give him the rein, let him make a decision, do something that so he feels important and thus feel like a man. Now, brothers, we also do something that's really annoying, and that's objectifying a woman. And when I say objectifying a woman, what I mean is we demote the person to feel like merely an object and thus a thing. And that's not cool. Two ways we could do that. Way number one is by thinking that the woman is just an object for sexual desires or sexual pleasures, or just simply to clothe, feed, and help you clean up, and that's not cool. And part two of that is we treat women as a commodity, something that we own, and yeah, that's also not cool. That's, you could see where that could be a problem. Now, these things are things that can be caused by many reasons, and we could sit here all day and discuss the reasons and why these things happen, and how we could prevent them, and blah blah blah. But one thing that I think is worthy of discussion is um, the patriarchal ideas that we have. So we could always see that a lot of things that we do in the society is based on patriarchy, and we could break them down. But we're gonna discuss, I think, feminism, and this is important to what we're talking about, because in feminism there are three waves, and three waves are the first wave, women just asked for simple respect, just want to be seen as persons. So let us do things that we like normal persons do, like for example voting, right? And that was in the early 1800s, and then the second wave started about early 1900s, where women just wanted to have equal jobs, wanted to make good money, wanted to have equal opportunities in society, just the same way a man does. And the third wave is basically what we're on the tail end of that right now, and it's where women are thinking, okay, cool, so we have the equality, we have jobs, we're making money, etc., etc. But then the same traditional things still exist, where we do all that, and then we have to come home and also take care of the kids and cook and do all these things. So we could see where that could cause a little bit of frustration. So it's important for us to understand these things and understand the history of where these things are coming from, so we could discuss it and have meaningful discussions, so we could highlight certain things and then thus maybe come up with a solution among ourselves. So feel free to comment. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, you can also express that. That's fine. Feel free to share if you like it, and also like it if you like it. And we could have a healthy discussion, and we could go on and move on to different topics and make these things way better and make these things actually helpful to our community, right? So today I just want to leave you guys with a question, right? And the question is, would polygamy be as effective or as prevalent if there was one wife and many husbands?